Coming up tonight, this Independence evening, despite postponed events and inclement weather, hundreds still turned out to Clifford Park hoping to witness the annual Independence celebrations. From there, it was down to Bay Street for the People's Rush. Junkanoo groups bringing in independence the best way Bahamians know how. Plus, boldly beautiful, boldly Bahamian, and boldly building legacy. Find out how Bahama Handprints is preparing to celebrate 6 decades in the community. And later, it may be a quiet hurricane season thus far, but one city manager says now is not the time to relax. We've got the details for these stories and more in a moment. Welcome to Our News, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. Happy Independence Day, Bahamas. I'm Megan Shepard. Since 1973, thousands of Bahamians would gather on Clifford Park to witness a grand display of culture and patriotism on the eve of July 10th, ushering in the start of Independence Day with the hoisting of our national flag. This year, inclement weather forced officials to alter those plans just a bit, causing program postponements and delays. However, the bad weather did not dampen the Bahamian spirit. Although disappointed, locals did not let it diminish their sense of pride. Our Danielle Miller reports.
Well, I am here. I'm not going home. This is me all night.
But tattoo is tattoo, and I've been tattooing my whole life, so that's definitely gonna leave a hole in my heart.
Hundreds of Bahamians already gathered on Clifford Park following the announcement made on Thursday by the Independence Secretariat that adjustments will be made to the 52nd Independence celebrations due to inclement weather. An official press statement making the announcement just after 7 p.m., just minutes before the evening's events were scheduled to begin. The ecumenical service was relocated to Bahamas Harvest. The cultural show was postponed, and the flag raising ceremony would commence on Clifford Park at 11:20 p.m. Chairman of the Independence Secretariat, Her Excellency Leslie Miller Bryce, said after consulting the Prime Minister and all relevant agencies, it was determined she and her team needed to pivot.
I felt the pressure. I was nervous, but I realized, shake it off, let's go, and we're gonna make it happen. And so that's what we did. But it wasn't just me. It was an amazing team that have been put together from the 50th, and we just do what it is that we do.
Despite the notice informing that the events would proceed as a televised only broadcast with no in-person attendance, hundreds of patriotic Bahamians stood in the stands on Clifford Park to watch our flag be hoisted. Miller Bryce says this is a moment in history that will reflect the unwavering pride we all have for our country.
Together we rise. We punched a button, and that was it. All teams were activated, and everybody from every different ministry, every different department, the entire armed forces, all of the media outlets, you came together and you made it happen.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Danielle Miller.
Thanks so much, Danielle. While inclement weather may have kept some residents away from Clifford Park, but one event that could not be missed was the annual People's Rush, Independence Day Junkanoo Parade. Scores of visitors and Bahamians alike, including our Joshua Williams, turning out around 1 a.m. for the action. Take a look.
While many residents stayed inside during the Independence tattoo because of inclement weather, hundreds of Bahamians gathered here on Bay Street for the Independence Parade, also known as the People's Rush. And of course, the various groups depicting themes focused on all things Bahamian. First out of the gate, the Genesis Warhawks. Draped in their independence colors, they welcomed in independence the only way they knew how to. Then came the self-proclaimed kings of the B category, Colors, playing sweet music in a way only they can. Third was the fan-favorite Saxon Superstars, who took Bay Street by storm. The dancers ushering us into independence with their work on the water routine. Then Junkanoo lovers were taken into the Battle of the Valley, the world-famous
famous Valley Boys, headed by Brian Adderley, took us for a swing on the baseball field. And immediately after, it was time for the Way Forward Valley Boys, led by Trevor Davis, showcasing their personal twist on Bahamian favorites. Following them, the Mighty Eagles, Immortals, and Music Makers also making their mark on the parade route. And closing out the morning was Roots, who gave tribute to the late Elon Moxie, and one family who played and danced us into the sunrise. The Independence Parade also a show for the books for visitors and locals alike. This family visiting from Atlanta tells me the experience was unforgettable.
We are really enjoying it. It is so fun and bright and exciting. I'm enjoying it. It's my first one and I'm always here, so this is my first.
As we step into year 53, Senate Member of Parliament Jomo Campbell had this message for Bahamians.
Let us continue to learn to move upward, forward, onward together in love and unity. Let us value each other and value ourselves. And that's it. We go into 53 years of independence, taking every lesson we've learned in the past so we could build a better, more resilient future.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
Tonight, our Boldly Bahamian series continues, celebrating the fabric of who we are, one story and one print at a time. As we count down to our 52nd independence, Our News has teamed up with Bahama Handprints for a campaign that's colorful, personal, and proudly Bahamian. And tonight, we hear from one of the most familiar faces on our screens, Our News anchor, Italia Hall, who holds down our 7:30 newscast night after night. She's one of 3 grand Bahama voices we featured in our Boldly Bahamian series, a proud daughter of the second city, a millennial mother, and a voice of resilience for so many. Italia selected 3 custom Bahama Handprints looks for the campaign, each telling a story. The one she's wearing brought her right back to the island she calls home.
Yeah, it reminds me of the water, and Freeport, you know, we have a lot of fishermen, a lot of marine life, a lot of industrial companies, and so it reminds me of Grand Bahama and the city of Freeport. So definitely resilience for me. I've lived through mega hurricanes from the twin storms in 2004 and 2005. I lived that. I was there all the way to Matthew and then Dorian. And I just watch how we all as Grand Bahamians was able to bounce back from that. So for sure, I would say resilience and strength. And that helps me each and every day to show up in this industry and be the best version of myself.
Well, it's one of the most recognizable Bahamian brands, with prints as bold as the people who wear them. But now Bahama Handprints is turning the page on a new chapter as they prepare to celebrate a major milestone. Our Talia Hall tells us why their story is just getting started.
Probably 2 or 3 times a week, I come down from the office through to the printing room, and I'm like, God, it's really pretty. And then it's always inspiring, and it sounds sort of cheesy, but it's beautiful.
Boldly beautiful, boldly Bahamian, boldly unique. Bahama Handprints has long stitched its story into the fabric of Bahamian culture, one vibrant handcrafted pattern at a time. And even after decades, this iconic brand is far from finished. Owner Alana Van Olsen says one of the biggest lessons came during the COVID-19 pandemic, a time that tested many small businesses but also revealed the resilience of the Bahama Handprints team. And they continue to evolve, keeping their finger on the pulse while staying undeniably Bahamian.
Moving forward, that has to be always the core, and stay true to that, which we feel very strongly about, and just coming up with sort of products and sort of pivoting with the world, but sort of and moving with the world and expanding in different ways, which we have done, and learning along the way.
The focus is now reaching a younger audience, making their bold Bahamian prints more accessible and relevant to a new generation.
The price point has now changed a bit to be more suitable for more Bahamians. And obviously it's a product that's made here, so there is a cost that comes with that, but we have tried to adjust it, and we actually have.
And since taking over in 2018, she has grown the brand tremendously with 4 stores across the country and a wholesale line. And while there's been little expansion this year, staying still isn't exactly in her nature.
So I already have exciting ideas in my head, which I would probably start to sort of roll out at the beginning of next year, which is an exciting year for Bahama Handprints because it's actually 60 years old.
And while she's proud of how far the brand has come, she says her work isn't done just yet.
But I know there'll be a time when I burn out and I'll be like, okay. And then I really hope that another sort of young entrepreneurial Bahamian comes and says, okay, I'll take it from here, and then they bring their own take on it and they take it to a different level.
And when the time does come to pass the torch, her one wish is simple, that Bahama Handprints always remains in the Bahamas and stays true to its bold, authentic story. Reporting for Our News, I'm Atalia Hall.
And now, as promised, here's your chance to get in on the Boldly Bahamian fun. If you love the prints you've seen, you could win a $100 Bahama Handprints gift card. Just answer tonight's trivia question. Which Our News team member met 2 other Bahamians in Istanbul, Turkey? And which Our News team member described NASA as being too violent? And just a quick note, you'll have to be following Our News and Bahama Handprints on Facebook and Instagram to be eligible. For tonight's question, head to our Facebook page to drop your answer. First correct response wins. Good luck. Well, did you know that there are approximately 16 million citizens in CARACOM and that approximately 60% of those citizens are under the age of 30? Well, with those statistics in mind, youth engagement was a key topic for this year's 49th meeting of heads of government. The CARACOM Youth Ambassador Program was launched in 1993 and formally instituted in 1994. The program has raised the profile of young people at the national and international levels, helping to integrate the views and perspectives of young people across the region. Prime Minister of Jamaica and Chair of CARACOM, Dr. Andrew Holness, is adamant that young people must have a voice in shaping the decisions that impact their future.
Youth across the region have thoughts and ideas about what we are trying to put in place for them and future generations. As key drivers and consumers of technological advancement, they hold immense potential to contribute meaningfully to our development goals.
Dr. Holness commending Barbados' Prime Minister Mia Mottley for publicly raising awareness that our Caribbean culture and the essence of who we are is being negatively impacted.
I believe that if we are not careful, the Caribbean civilization, quoting Mia's characterization of who we are, what we're trying to build, could easily evaporate. And so, as we talk about our youth, we must include them in a discussion about how we preserve our culture, our values, our mores, how we preserve the Caribbean people.
Prime Minister Philip Davis also weighing in on how the Caribbean body intends to ensure Caribbean culture remains authentic.
The key for us as Caribbean people to ensure that we have our identity, and our identity is expressed through our cultural engagement, and that is one of the things we'll be discussing as well. Because this year we're having CARAFest in Barbados in the middle of August, and we're hoping that all of our islands in the Caribbean participate just to show who we are through our expression.
As the Bahamas celebrates 52 years of independence, I asked Foreign Affairs Minister Fred Mitchell about efforts at home to preserve national culture.
I'll be in Exuma as I usually do for independence, and there's quite a spirit of patriotism. I hope people flying their flags around the country.
Seniors at the Demetrius Seniors Home in Fox Hill treated to a pre-independence event by members of the community recently. With sounds of rake and scrape music filling the home, volunteers fellowshipped with residents, playing card games, dominoes, and serving them tasty down-home favorites for lunch. Organizer of the event, Georgette Gardner, says they wanted to recognize those that came before us and the contributions they made to society. It was also an opportunity to bring the independence celebrations to the seniors, as some of them have not experienced the celebrations on Clifford Park in over a decade.
I thought about it in May, that, we be so busy in celebration with our independence, but hey, have we all stopped to say, what about our seniors? I don't know the residents here. They could have been our first Governor General, our first Member of Parliament. I don't know that. So I thought, bring a mini tattoo here for them instead of taking them to the fort.
Still to come on Our News, a man in his 40s sustaining injuries this morning after an accident at a Grand Bahama Industrial Company. Plus, preaching preparedness as a year-round message. In tonight's City in Focus, we focus on remaining in a state of readiness. We've got the details right after this break.
Family, how you look so down? Set up all cold and flu, could flip that frown. All the coughing and that runny nose cannot last. You must come back to work and class. Set up all can deal with that fast, yeah. Try set up all cold and flu, daytime and nighttime too. Try Cetamol, cold and flu, and get back to the better you. Available at pharmacies nationwide.
Distributed by Lowe's Wholesale Drug Agencies Limited.
Welcome to Paradise Games, where exceptional service meets the ultimate gaming experience. Our dedicated team is here to make every visit a win.
Now this is paradise.
This is more than just a place to play.
Now this is paradise.
It's where excitement meets world-class service.
Now this is paradise.
Now this is paradise.
Come experience it for yourself. Now this is paradise.
Police over in Grand Bahama investigating an early morning industrial accident at one of the industrial plants on Grand Bahama Highway. Superintendent of Police Stephen Roll telling Our News they got the call shortly around 9:30 Independence morning.
Officers responded and met EMS police out attending to a male victim in his late 40s, suffering from injuries to the legs and the right side area. Information started this male, while working on one of the machines on this industrial site, would slip and fell. Of course, the injuries. Like I said, EMS transported him to the hospital, where he's now seeking medical attention. This matter is under active investigation.
Well, 3 named storms have come and gone this hurricane season with little to no impact on Grand Bahama, where massive storms have struck before. Officials say don't let the quiet fool you. The most dangerous months are still ahead. In tonight's City in Focus, our news anchor Candino Knowles tells us to stay ready.
It's felt like a slow start to hurricane season. 3 named storms, Andrea, Barry, and most recently Chantal, have already formed. But none have posed any real threat to the Bahamas. While that may sound like good news, City Manager at GBPA, Troy McIntosh, says now is not the time to get comfortable.
You're preparing all summer long or all year round. Make sure that if trees are there, the relevant authorities, in this case the power company, if it's affecting them, or the utility companies are aware of matters that needs to be addressed by them. That is their concern. But if it's your homeowner concern, just make sure that you work along with your contractors. And then secondly, making sure your home insurance.
Forecasters say the season's energy is lagging behind normal, but with NOAA still predicting up to 19 named storms and the warmest ocean temperatures still ahead, McIntosh says preparedness has to become a lifestyle.
A lot of it is education, putting the necessary things in place to make sure you have the tools and not waiting until the last minute. Some people don't prioritize it because of, like you say, it could be culture. People wait till the last minute to go to the store and to put the necessary things in place. And I think that's how it's been for a long time.
He says that mindset has to change, especially as we approach the peak hurricane months of August through October.
You have to keep it to the forefront of our residents to make sure that don't wait till you've been impacted and say, hey, you know what, I coulda, shoulda, woulda. No. It has to be a habit. It has to be a discipline and a habit to make sure that I'm going to do the small things.
McIntosh believes consistent messaging and even repetition is key.
If you say something or read something or hear something 7 times, you begin to remember it. So maybe it's not frequent enough in the forefront of our minds that be able to remember that these are the things that needs to happen, not just seasonal, but continuously.
And while there's always hope that the season passes quietly,
I'm hoping that this season is not impactful in a negative way. That we may get some systems, but nothing like a Dorian or nothing like a Matthew. Some people may not remember that. It is my hope that as an island, that like the last 2 years, we remain unimpactful.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Kendino Knowles.
The Bahamas remains on a steadfast journey to food security. CARACOM countries have a collective goal of reducing the region's food import bill by 25% by 2030. Executive Chairman of Bahamas Agricultural and Industrial Corporation, Senator Darren Pickstock, describing food insecurity in the Bahamas as a national priority. He says for our island nation, food insecurity is a critical issue as we do not grow or produce the majority of food we consume.
Bahamas first, putting sustainability first for our people and our environment. What's first for you and the planet comes first for us.
In fact, nearly 90% of our food is imported. This means that our dinner plates is at the mercy of the distant markets, foreign suppliers, and global crises.
The chairman says the Bahamas has already experienced what this dependency looks like, from the COVID-19 pandemic that brought the world to a standstill, to inflationary spikes that impact everyday essentials, and even the impact of the most recent bird flu. But the good news, he says, is that the Bahamas is investing in the right direction.
The largest budget will introduce a series of policies and programs that will directly impact our way forward. We are increasing the direct support for our farmers by 200% and expanding the national agricultural budget from $25 million to $35 million, a bold investment in our land, in our people, in our future.
Coming up in sports, in just a single season, Anand Raming made the move from an unknown prospect to a highly sought-after D1 baseball recruit, and hear more about the Bahamas hosting the Kosovo Caribbean Championships.
Family, how you look so down? Set up all cold and flu, could flip that frown. All the coughing and that running nose cannot last. You must come back to work and class. Set them all can deal with that fast, yeah. Try set them all cold and flu, daytime and nighttime too. Try Setamol, cold and flu, and get back to the better you. Available at pharmacies nationwide.
Distributed by Lowe's Wholesale Drug Agencies Limited.
At Struckham, we're all about peace of mind. With the latest tools and technology like PestPack, managing pest control just got easier. It's simple. Log on to the portal to review past services or monitor trends. Just tap Service Reports to access detailed records and see how we're keeping your business pest-free. You can even customize permissions so your teams in maintenance and health and safety have real-time access to everything they need. With PestPack, you're in control, anytime, anywhere. Get ready to simplify pest management with just a few taps.
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. One Bahamian high school prospect has shifted his focus solely to the mound and is now headed to NCAA Division I baseball. Anand Raming, a junior left-handed pitcher for Grace Academy in North Carolina, has officially committed to the University of South Florida. Raming has gained attention through the region for his velocity, command, and poise on the mound, topping out at 92 miles per hour on his fastball. His junior season, dominant. In 16.2 innings, he recorded 32 strikeouts with a stingy 1.6 ERA, holding opposing batters to a meager 125 batting average. With this commitment, Raming joins a program that competes in a strong American Athletic Conference and has a track record of developing pro-level talent.
The coaching staff was welcoming, the facilities are top-notch, and the energy around the program really stood out, to me, from the other programs. Coming from the Bahamas, I wanted a place where I could grow, not just where I could be a ball player, but as a person, and at USF, they really gave me that feeling right away.
Local volleyball is preparing to take center stage once again when the Bahamas host the best teams in the region. The Bahamas is set to host the Kosovo Caribbean Volleyball Championships next month, marking a major milestone for the sport locally. The event returns to Nassau for the first time in over a decade and will feature the region's top men's and women's teams. Hosting the championship not only puts the Bahamas in the spotlight across the Caribbean, but also brings a boost to sports tourism and youth development. With games set to be played at the Kendall G. L. Isaacs Gym, organizers are hoping for strong local turnouts an electric atmosphere to propel Team Bahamas to the podium.
We ain't just hosting the host, and we just want to go out and show the country and show the government, show all the governing bodies that we're not hosting for fun, and it's gonna shine a very, very bright light on volleyball.
That'll do it for our sports. This is 10YS. Okay, 52 years of independence, greatest sporting moment of the last 52 years.
Going under the radar here, anytime I played Prince William basketball.
I want y'all to know he really believes that, but I'm going with Shawnee and the dive to beat Allison Felix. Back to the studio.
On the other side of this break, Greg is back in the Weather Center with a complete look at temperatures across the country. Stick with us.
Inti Corporation is on the move, day by day, panel by panel. Our commitment to sustainable energy becomes more real. With each milestone, Inti redefines what is possible. Not only are the Lucayas solar power projects on the island of Grand Bahama growing in scale, they are setting a new standard for energy independence in the Bahamas. These state-of-the-art solar farms at the Fairfield and Devon sites, once completed, will harness the power of the sun to generate 9.5 megawatts of clean, sustainable energy. Inti is on the move as a beacon of progress and innovation that is rapidly transforming our energy landscape. Witness the future of sustainable energy unfolding on the island of Grand Bahama as Inti Corporation shines brighter than ever. Inti Corporation, powering your world, powering your future.
Yeah, thanks, Megan, and a happy independence, everybody. What a difference 24 hours make. Well, actually 12. We did have some heavy showers last evening that put a damp on our celebrations at Clifford Park, but much improved conditions for Junkanoo. I know the guys enjoyed that. 83 degrees, our current temperature on the outside, few clouds, east-southeast winds at 30 miles per hour, and your field slight temperature has warmed up. It's a humid 87 on the outside. Temperatures right now across the chain of islands, 84 in Freeport, 82 in Marsh Harbor, Abaco. We pick up 83s, Great Harbor Key, Governor's Harbor, Nicholls, San Andreas, 82, 83 here in the capital. Alistown, Bimini, guys have 84. Most of the locations across the Northwest Bahamas seeing some showers. Kemps Bay, 83, also Black Point, 85, Arthurstown, Cat Island, Georgetown, Port Nelson, 84s in Copenhagen Towns and Salvador, Deadman's Key, and into the Southeast Bahamas, temperatures into the mid-80s there, 84. Duncantown, Ragged Island, Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, Delectable Bay, and Providencial is all 86, 85, Abrahams Bay, Matthew Town, Inagua. You are the warmest spot at 87. Satellite radar composite, that upper level low, still triggering some showers and thunderstorms. Most of the activity moved to the west of New Providence. That's why we got a break, where we saw 1 or 2 offshore thunderstorms. Most of the activity will still stay across the Northwest Bahamas, but we expect that low to continue to pull out. High pressure will build behind that, looking for some breezy conditions across portions of the Bahamas. The tropics quiet, a couple of tropical waves out there, nothing happening, all disorganized right now, and that's the way we like it. And we will continue to watch the tropics for the next 7 days. Future forecast showing the moisture across the Northwest Bahamas lifting to the north and waning. We have a couple of leftover showers, and that takes us through Friday and into Saturday as well. We expect 1 or 2 showers there as well across the Northwest Bahamas. Boating conditions, Northwest Bahamas tonight through tomorrow. Use caution in the Atlantic side. Current risk is high. Southeasterly winds, 15 knots, 3 to 5 foot seas. While the central and southeast Bahamas, an advisory out there. Seas are going to be a little rougher, 5 to 7 feet. East to southeast winds, 15 to 20 knots with some higher gusts. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, that upper level low will slowly pull out, but we'll keep some showers in the forecast tomorrow, but it's going to be breezy. Temperatures will stay in the upper 80s. Introduce some more showers by early next week as another upper level disturbance moves in, but those temperatures will climb back to near 90. That's a look at our weather. Have a safe Independence Night, everybody.
And with that, we thank you so much for joining us for our news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, once again, we wish you a happy Independence Day. I'm Megan Shepherd. We'll see you right back here tomorrow night. Have a safe and wonderful evening. Hey guys, Megan Shepherd here. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to click that subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. Just click right over here. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so you stay up to date with content like this from the team you already trust.